Mr. Tata once expressed his thoughts through an inspiring African proverb which states, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. If you want to walk far, walk together. And what a classic example of walking together we just had, wherein our members were entertaining while the stage and the camera was being taken. Fellow Toastmasters in the meeting room and in the virtual room, and distinguished guests, a very warm good evening to all. The only way to finish is to start. Guided by the vision of our president, we have embarked on getting back the fun and camaraderie through in-person meeting. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all to our second hybrid meeting of this season, which happens to be the 557th meeting of Sharjah Toastmasters Club. Now, for the benefit of the guests and our new members, the mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, for the smooth proceedings of the meetings, may I request everyone to put your mobiles on silent mode. Kindly follow the rules and regulations as per the emergency at your respective places for those joining virtually, and for the benefit of the members who are present in person, the washrooms are right at the end of the corridor, just when you come across the elevator. Now, kindly maintain silence when a speaker is speaking, unless you are asked to speak to avoid distraction. Please note that as per the Toastmasters guidelines, we should all refrain from speaking on sex, religion, and politics during the meeting. Now, with complete honor and privilege, allow me to introduce to you our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Regis Chulayal. A man with a plan. He's an enthralling personality who's soft-spoken and articulate, perfectionist. His constant zeal to be better, do better, and serve better is guiding our club through uncertain times to greater heights and accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of virtual and actual applause, please welcome our president, distinguished Toastmaster Regis Chulayal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya, for your wonderful and kind introduction. You are always generous while introducing me, and that reflects your personality. A soft-spoken again, always pleasant, a pleasing personality, always smiling. He brings in a lot of energy, and what we have seen now is exactly what I have said. The energy you brought in, that is one of the pillars of Sharjah Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests, those who are present here, as well as those virtually connected. A warm good evening. And it's my honor, pride, and privilege to welcome each and every one of you to meeting number 557 of Sharjah Toastmasters. And with the power vested in me as the president of Sharjah Toastmasters, I hereby declare the meeting number 557 as opened. Let's have a big round of applause for ourselves. Those who are virtually connected, can you see me? Am I visible and audible? All right, thank you so much. Let me start with a question. What is your opinion about taking care of small things in life? Okay, before waiting for your answers, let me have my statement. I would say if you take care of small things in your life, those small things would take care of your big things. And if you fail to take care of small things, those become complicated. Okay, let me share an experience, a personal experience, not long ago, just less than 48 hours back, when I was in Dubai Expo. I went to Dubai Expo, I parked my car in mobility car parking. I just remembered that. And from there, straight away, I boarded a bus to the main gate. My colleagues were waiting for me. I caught up with my colleagues. We had a schedule to be completed. We were through with everything. And a couple of hours later, when I was to exit, about to board the bus back to the parking lot, then came the million-dollar question in my mind: where did I park my car? I just knew it was mobility parking. And in mobility, it is an ample parking lot, maybe thousands. Thousands is the minimum. How do I locate? I spoke to a couple of bus drivers there. I gave them all the information that I could. I said I came from Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road. I took a first right, and there was a roundabout. From there, I took another right. And then I think the third left or right, I was there. Can you guide me? They were just looking at me and said, sorry, bro, we cannot do that. Of course, we can't blame them. Even when I don't remember where I have, with these guidelines, with these simple guidelines, what I have told them, how can they do it to me? So I thought, I have to start somewhere. I have to board any of the buses to any of the multiple parking lots to start searching my car. And then I boarded a bus. I boarded a bus, and I was just with the driver like this, and I was trying to talk to him at the same time, trying to get a glimpse of my car. And I was sure that trying to search a particular drop of water in an ocean seemed same to me, just trying to get a glimpse of my car there. I got off at a place, and I went to another parking lot. Parking lot number 1, completed. Left and right, up and down, middle also. Parking lot number 2, 3, completed. When I entered the 4th parking lot, came someone with a beaming smile. He was profusely sweating, but with a beaming smile. One person by name Godfrey. He said, it seems you have lost where you have parked. Can I assist you? I said, yes, brother. I've been searching my car for the last couple of minutes. So then I again gave him the same directions what I told the bus drivers. He did some calculations and said, come, I can assist you. Within less than 5 minutes, he guided me to the parking lot. Thank God. If I have not met him, perhaps I would have been still searching my car after 48 hours. Someone else would have been presiding the meeting today. So I did not pay attention to that small thing, and I had to suffer. So this is just a reminder to myself and everyone around here that pay attention to little things. If not, we would be in trouble. Failing to pay attention would help us, would result in we wandering more and more without reaching our target. So with that, let me move to the next announcement. We have some announcement, dear members and guests. As you all know that every year there are contests happening in Toastmasters. And now we are nearing to the debate contest, the division debate contest, ICDC it is called for the benefits of guests. Inter-club debate contest, which is about to happen. It is planned, Division K is scheduled to be on the 10th of December. And before that, we have to have our club contest. And one information which all of you already know, Sharjah Toastmasters are the defending champions of Division K for the last 2 years. This is not to add pressure, but to encourage ourselves. that this time also it should not be something different. Before that, we would have our club contest in the first meeting of November. That should be on the 10th of November. We would have our club contest. So before, as a preparation, we would have a training and education session on debate, followed by a mock debate. That's all about the announcement is concerned. Now it is time for us to move to some guests. We have a guest here, guest Pramila was. Could you please talk about, I believe you were there in the last meeting, but again, for the benefit of everyone, please tell us like, how did you come to know of Sharjah Toastmasters, and then about yourself a little bit. I'll hand over the mic to you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pramila Vas. I live in Sharjah. Michelle Carvalho is my friend, my daughter's teacher she was. I used to know her from a long time. So once I asked her that I want to join the Toastmasters Club, and she had given me Nagaraj sir number. It was, I think, before the pandemic. And then after that, I think, we were all having this lockdown and all that. So I completely forgot about that. Now the things are getting better. So I happened to message him and he immediately responded. And then he said, where do you live? I said, I live in Sharjah. He said, where? In Abu Shagara. Okay, where you stay? I also stay in Abu Shagara in day-to-day building. Is it? I also stay in a day-to-day building. And then he said, I'm in B block. I'm also in B block. And then he said, I'm on the 9th floor. I'm also on the 9th floor. And then he happened to be my next door neighbor, whom I did not know so far. It's been 2 years, I think he's staying in my building. So it was a very nice coincidence. And then, after that, he explained to me briefly about the meeting. And then I attended the last meeting. Yeah. That's how I'm here. And today, I always felt it is always better to have a face-to-face to get more confidence rather than the Zoom. So I made an attempt today to come here. Yeah, that's all about it.
Thank you so much, Madam Pramila. I hope very soon we would start calling you Toastmaster Pramila. We have some online guests also. Let me start with Madam Aya. Madam Aya, could you please unmute yourself and talk a few words about how did you come to know of Toastmasters and a little bit of yourself, please? Madam Aya? I think she's not there. Mr. Dean Dayalu, could you please unmute yourself and talk about yourself a few words? How did you come to know of us and a little bit of yourself?
Actually, good evening to everyone. I came to know your club through only Mr. Kanti Madinathan, that is TM Kanti Madinathan. He is such a motivated person. He motivated others, everybody, I think so. And not only in all aspects, he will help. Wonderful person he is. And 2 children's mother, that is, both of them are Cavaliers. And now today I'm participating in many club means that is because of Mr. Kanti. Back to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's one more feather on the cap of our all-round inspirational Kanti bro, the universal bro of all Toastmasters. Toastmaster Kanti, thank you so much. We have one Mr. Francisco. Mr. Francisco, could you please unmute yourself and have a few words with us, please?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Francisco. Actually, I've been trying to join a Toastmasters association for quite a while, but somehow I wouldn't find enough time. And coincidentally, a new joinee in my organization, he joined, and he mentioned to me about this, and I found his talk, the way he conducts himself, the way he organizes himself, quite nice. So I one fine day when I was driving with him, I coincidentally asked him, "Have you ever joined a Toastmasters?" He said, "Yes, I was a part of this in Abu Dhabi." So then he gave me some contact numbers, and that's how I came to know about this Sharjah Toastmasters, and beginning to know a lot about it now in the last two meetings. Actually, that's all about it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Francisco. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now again, it's time for us to know what had transpired in the last meeting, not just for the people who were absent last meeting, and again for members who were present, to know, to brush oneself, like what has been the happenings of the last meeting. We have someone dedicated, one dedicated personality, who is, we always call a synonym of commitment, none other than our Secretary Toastmaster Priya Natarajan. Toastmaster Priya Natarajan, could you please come with your Secretary's report?
Thank you all for the warm welcome. Good evening, everyone. Secretary report dated on 13/10/2021. The meeting started at 7:15 p.m. The total number of attendants were 24. Total number of guests were 3. Guest Madam Pramila, Division K Director Shashidhar, Toastmaster Ellen. The meeting was convened by Sharjah Terms Toastmaster Soumya at 7:15 p.m. with a beautiful quote: "Live without pretending, love without depending, listen without defending, speak without offending." He also stated the Toastmaster mission and the meeting ethics and started the meeting. The meeting was presided by our President DTM Rijish Cholayil with message: "Don't spoil your present by thinking of your future, because the future depends on what you do on present." He warmly welcomed the new members and guests and started the meeting. He congratulated the Sharjah Toastmaster Club members for winning the lead award. And he also announced the Sharjah Toastmaster Club will have club debate contest in the first meeting of November, and the debate contest for Division K is scheduled on 10th December. The TMOD role was played by Toastmaster Dhanan. The theme was business ethics. Wordmaster of the day was Toastmaster Dhanan. The word was prominent. Toastmaster Soumya on that day gave appropriate signals to guide the role players and speakers with the timing. Toastmaster Preethi presented L1 P2 speech from presentation mastery, evaluated by Toastmaster Rakesh. Toastmaster Shiva presented L1 P3 speech from presentation mastery and evaluated by Toastmaster Ramesh. Toastmaster Johnny presented L2 P1 speech. Table topic master was DTM Nagarajan sir. All handled the topics with ease. The topics were: how justified it is for Bill Gates to charge heavily for Microsoft products and transfer that profit as a donation to charity or foundation. The second topic was: do you prefer to work hard or work smart? The third one: other than money, what motivates you to go to the office? The fourth one was: what is the one thing which you are not comfortable in your company? Grammarian and our counter report was given by Toastmaster Soumya. He suggested to be mindful and conscious and practice more to avoid filler words in any speeches. Toastmaster Gandhi gave a comprehensive evaluation. He helped each speaker to apprehend the performance by stating the strengths and points to improve to make it better. Best speaker was Madam Toastmaster Preethi and best evaluator was Toastmaster Ramesh. Best table topic speaker was Toastmaster Ellen. President congratulated the winners and the role players. Following with presidential closing address and guest feedback, meeting ended at 9:30 p.m. Thank you. Over to you, President.
A big round of applause, please. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. The only thing I'm concerned after listening to your secretary's report is that might lead to members missing the meetings, because they would know that they would not miss anything when they listen to you in the next meeting. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for us to move to the main segment of the day. We have someone who is here to take the meeting forward with all the energy, all the charisma, and all dedication. And that someone is a new member. And when I asked her About herself, how can I introduce her? She has made it quite simple. She said she is a passionate teacher. She has been a teacher for the past 12 years, and she believes in spreading positivity to everyone around her, especially to her students. She has a loving, encouraging, and caring husband, and she is also blessed with 2 girls. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Preethi.
Thank you, President. Good evening, everybody. Our theme of the day is why the grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence. I'm sure many of you are going to relate this theme to your own life. You never know the full story or what's going on behind the scenes. So many times we hear, you're so lucky, you're so successful, you're so, wow, must be nice doing that, the things you're passionate about. You're such a wonderful speaker. You've got plenty of time with yourself, etc., isn't it? We often hear people wishing that they could be in somebody else's shoes. Me either, to be frank. Who wouldn't want a better life, right? But life is so ironic because we are continuously searching for more. We are never satisfied inside and are always looking for a much more comfortable and a happier life. People say the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. But I must say, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Actually, the fact is that we never know what's going on or happening behind the closed doors or what's happening on the inside. There are pros and cons to every situation because the truth is no life is ever perfect. Now, let's continue with the agenda of the day. We have Toastmaster Rakesh Mishra, who is the word master of the day. He is the Assistant VP Education of our club. Toastmaster Rakesh Mishra, the stage is yours.
Yeah, can you see the screen? Yes. Yeah, very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. So, word of the day today is adroit. Adroit is an adjective, and the meaning of adroit is cleverly or skillful, resourceful, or ingenious. Synonyms of this word is capable, expert, or skillful, clever, or intelligent. Antonyms is clumsy or incompetent. So to give some example, I can say a prepared speaker has to be adroit in their speech. Or as a second example, she is a remarkably adroit and determined politician. So can we have a round robin session now? So what I'll do, actually, I'll request a guest to participate first. So, sorry, actually,
Pramila.
Premila, Toastmaster Premila, I'm so sorry. Toastmaster Premila, can you try? Sentence with the word adroit. Any sentence. Thank you.
As per in Toastmasters meeting, as per my last experience, I see a lot of adroit speakers, and this is kind of very motivating to me.
Thank you, Pramila. So can I request someone from online? Can I request Deen Dayal? Toastmaster Deen Dayal? Are you there? Okay.
Yes, sir. Can I just can you spell that word?
Yeah, it's adroit.
Spelling?
ADROIT.
Okay, adroit. Okay.
Yes.
I think in Toastmasters there are many adroit Toastmasters are present in our club.
Yeah, thank you. Now, may I request Francisco?
Yes. Yes. We listen to many speakers speaking time and again, but it's very energetic and we get a lot of energy when we listen to an adroit speaker.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, Toastmaster Rakesh, could you share in the screen, because we are seeing only the file name only. We are not able to see, or if you close the share screen and if you share again the word, it will be fine. Thank you. Yeah, now we are in spin.
Yeah. So here is the word.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Yes. Fantastic.
Okay. So let me see if somebody else wants to. Anyone here? Yes, sir.
Well, this is for all the cricket buffs and cricket lovers. Yeah. We just had a big day on the 24th. And I think what differentiated the two teams is the adroit skills of Shaheen Afridi, Babar Azam, and Muhammad Rizwan. We were beaten fair and square. So let's give it for cricket.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. Okay.
Today's young kids are extremely adroit when it comes to adapting to new technologies.
My wife is
such an adroit administrator and a taskmaster that he keeps us in line right from the break of the day.
So what I'll do, actually, I'll take a name from this spin. It's a random. Yes, it's done. Let me, Ipen is not there today. Yeah, Toastmaster Bizu, are you? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello? Yeah, Toastmaster Bizu, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Continuing with Toastmaster Soumya's analysis of the cricket match, I should say the adroit skills displayed by Virat Kohli couldn't save India from defeat in that particular match.
Well said, sir. Okay, let me try another one. Amar Ganesh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Toastmaster Raman, are you there?
yes. Hi, good evening. Actor Kamal Haasan is one of the few versatile and adroit actors in the industry.
Perfect. I'll take one more. Actually, in fact, I'm timer also. So, yeah, I'll take one more. The Toastmaster of the day. Can I? Oh, Sayyid not there. So, DTM Bajir is one.
I'm doing a GE role.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm doing a GE role.
Thank you. Okay, I think so. I'm done now. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that is what I'm doing.
Has finished? Okay.
Now we are going to the prepared speech. Our speaker is Toastmaster Parvesh. He has taken visionary communication path. He is going to present with level 1 project 3 research topic. Toastmaster Parvesh. We have his evaluator, Toastmaster Biju. I request Toastmaster Biju to give the objective of the speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Parvez is giving his level 1 speech from Visionary Communication. The project is researching and presenting. The purpose of the speech is for the member to learn and review basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. His speech title is OTT. Speech title is OTT. Toastmaster Parvez. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Biju. Am I audible and visible to all?
Yes, Toastmaster Parvez.
Thank you. So Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus. Other than being a practical household name, they all have one thing in common. Can anybody tell me from the audience what it is? One common thread between these three names. Well, it is OTT, and if you don't know it is OTT, don't worry, you're not alone. What you could do is stick around for next few minutes and enjoy the show. So good evening, guests and fellow Toastmasters. By end of next 5 minutes, you would have fair idea about three things. Number one is what is OTT. Number two, why OTT is considered as future of video consumption. And number three, how OTT can help you make money. This is very, very important. So let me start with what is OTT. OTT stands for over the top, and it means we are not streaming the video through the traditional cable, but the video is streamed through the internet and also through the OTT devices. Now, many people also relate OTT with the streaming, online streaming. Now let's try and understand what OTT devices are. Any device that can bypass traditional cable and goes through internet, such as Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, they all fall into the category of OTT devices. Even your laptop or your phone that streams, through internet can be considered as OTT. Now, let's try and understand how this OTT streaming, is done, and who all are the content providers of OTT. I'm sure you all know about Netflix, Z5, Hotstar, Amazon Prime Video, etc. These are the options which we can, watch the videos from, and we don't need to rely on the cable. We can just choose whatever we want to watch anywhere, anytime, just by using the internet. So even though the OTT has been around for a while, but only during the COVID, it has become a mainstream media, and it is now earning its place in the industry. Now, there are companies and websites from where you can start your journey with OTT. For example, there is a website, Uscreen, which enables you to launch your own OTT app. And the platform is not limited to big companies. Any Android company who understand the potential in the OTT industry will want to enter into the segment. In fact, at the moment, there are thousands of companies who have launched their apps, and they have been targeting unlimited users through this platform. There are two ways you can have the OTT platform and you can cater to the segment or your consumer. Number one is through live stream, and number two is through video on demand. Now comes the very important point, that is how you can make money out of it. You can monetize all the videos, all the live streams, and this is how you can earn money out of it. Now, why OTT is so relevant now? During the pandemic, the adoption of OTT has grown by more than 30%. And according to Digital Outlook magazine, by 2025, there'll be additional 25% adoption on the current base of OTT consumers. Now, this is the increase of 500 million people over current consumer base of OTT. Imagine big budget movies that are now we are watching on OTT platform. So don't wait, go for it and make money out of it. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Now I would like to invite a timer for the timer report, Toastmaster Manasir. Toastmaster Rakesh.
Yeah, Toastmaster Parvez took 5 minutes 55 seconds, so he's qualified.
Okay, let me continue about the theme. We would often wish kids would be better at school. Kids are well behaving and more obedient. The husband or wife would help more at home. House would be cleaner. We have extra hands doing the household chores. Or kids will be adroit in their life. The job would be easier. We are more financially stable. We have got more time for ourselves, more time and money for travel and leisure. For short, what do we expect? A stress-free life, right? We are always on the lookout for a much more meaningful life. There is nothing wrong with being determined for a much better life. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. The reality is, the grass is always greener where you choose to water it. Take care of your own grass, and before you know it, it will be greener on your side. Next, we have our distinguished Toastmaster Srivalsan, who is going to conduct the table topic session. Toastmaster Srivalsan, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. I must go with the theme, though. Class is not always on the side. Now, this section, table topic, is one of the important sections in Toastmasters. It is basically we call it impromptu speaking or think on your feet. Being 2 decades in Toastmaster, still I am not adroit enough to do a good table topic section. So let me try with some good table topics, which will be on similar to the theme. So when I take a statement, you can stand by the statement or you can talk against the statement. That's going to be the theme. For the first speaker, I will call for Udana. Toastmaster Shomu. Passion or hunger for success, which will lead you to success. Passion or hunger for success, which will lead you to success.
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I think you need both, and there's another thing that you need is intensity. So passion, intensity, hunger has to be there. And when the going is tough, the tough gets going. So how do you encounter that? Grit and determination. So if I have to sum it up, it has to be a combination of passion. Until and unless you love doing what you are doing, you can never satisfy yourself. So the passion has to be there, hunger has to be there, and intensity for sure. But more importantly, what we are facing now, and both of us can relate it one way or the other, is happy days are around the corner as long as you have grit and determination. Back to you, Preethi.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Now I will go for one of the online Toastmaster. Toastmaster Nagarajan, TM Nagarajan. The topic is for you. Toastmaster Nagarajan. You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. You catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Your take on it.
I'm not clear.
You can hear?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Little come, keep the mic close to you.
Okay, can you
Not
hear me?
clear.
Voice
Not
is
clear.
breaking. Some words are breaking.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Fully agree with you, Raj.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now tell.
Topic is, you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar. You can catch more flies with honey than vinegar. DTM Nagarajan.
Good evening, Table Topics Master and fellow members and guests. First time I'm attempting a philosophical as well as a difficult question like this. Because I don't know how to take a stand on this subject, this side or that side, because I have seen neither the honey nor the bees so far till now. Nevertheless, I will attempt to take vinegar first, then catching the bees, other thing, because those things are all very risky, and I don't think insurance is also covered under that if you get any honey bites. So it's better to go for a vinegar directly available in even the shops and get the price or whatever is required. Humor apart, this catching the bees and getting the honeys, it's a tedious and long drawn process and also a skilled job, which we were not trained to do that. So it is better you try what has been known to you. Okay, it is good to attempt, but not at the cost of our lives. So in view of this, I recommend strongly and I take a stand that I would like to go and buy a vinegar, rather go to the forest or anywhere in a garden, catch the bees and get the honey out of that. So back to the table topics master.
Thank you, DTM Nagarajan. That's good. Now somebody from here who want to come, Toastmaster Ramesh, thank you, Tommy. Okay. So Ramesh, is smart work lead you to success or hard work lead you to success? Is smart work lead you to success or the hard work lead you to success? Your stand on it.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and Tabletop Master. Hard work or smart work? I go for smart work. Because personally, I feel I'm a lazy person. So recently I read a book, I think it's a quite popular book called 4-Hour Work Week. The author was talking about how you can live a better life being a smart worker rather than being a hard worker. Going to an office and working for 12 hours and then coming back to home, thinking about work and leading a miserable life, then there's a better way of living by being smart, by giving your hard work to the people who are smarter than you. So how you can be smarter? Work with the people who are smarter than you and give them the work, and they will make you smarter and better. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you for performance. Okay. Now for online. Somebody for online volunteering? Anybody want to try from online? Toastmaster Baji is one. Toastmaster Baji.
I'm doing a GE role, no problem, I'll take it.
You'll take it? Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you a very simple one. Where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. TTM Baji.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, Table Topic Master. I fully agree with the topic, where is a will, there is a way. Today my will was not to attend the meeting because I was already delayed in coming from work and I had some cold issue. So my conscience was saying, my will was saying, it's better you attend the meeting from home, online, then go and attend the meeting in presence, because I wish to attend the meeting in presence because it's the only opportunity in this pandemic we get to meet one face to face. But my will and my conscience was just stopping me to go because of my cold, my symptoms of cold. So I said, better I stay at home. So I fully agree with the topic. Where is a will, there is a way. Over to you, table topic master.
Now, anybody from audience want to try? You want to try? Try. I'll give a simple topic. Come on. It is better to be safe than sorry. It is better to be safe than sorry. Toastmaster, think.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. The topic given to me is better to be safe than sorry. Life is full of challenges, and we know it. And when we are facing the challenges, there are certain times we come at crossroads, and there are a lot of hurdles we get. And then we decide what to do, whether we have to face that hurdle or we have to face the consequences sometimes when the going is tough. That time, I think we have to be more, we have to think about the safety more and then being sorry later. For example, if we are simple situation of the traffic, we will take it, okay? So if we are going to Dubai to Sharjah to Dubai at the peak time, it will take about 1.5 hours. It's completely waste of time. So if I have to go to Dubai, what I'll do is I'll go on the Friday morning if I can for certain things. I'll reach in 20 minutes. So I will save a lot of time. So I always feel that it is always better to be safe than sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any more time? And then those was and then last topic. The champ fight. No, I had to use something creative, right? I create attention, or action speaks louder than words. I create attention, or the action speaks more louder than the words. Your take.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Today morning, when I went to the office, a colleague of mine came to me and said, "Sir, that mail which I have sent to the client, they have responded and they have given us an offer." I looked at the system, checked my email, and I said, "I'm copied in that email. You don't have to come and tell me what I can see very evidently." This is a classic example how hype is being created around our work, around various aspects in our life. It would have been nicer to see a response to that email sent by the employee, which would have spoken louder than he came and told it to me. So it is my firm belief that the actions will always speak louder than the words. Even though there is a lot of hype created, even though there is a lot of buzz created, which will not stand until unless it is supported by the actions on the ground. And people are not blind. We sometimes take people for granted. Sometimes we feel that we can fool them by our words or outlandish language. But I'm sure everybody is able to see through, and the words will always be a subordinate to the actions. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. That we are closing the same topic and go for voting. Yep. Okay. So voting. We have online. Who will come down? Online. Kanti Bhai.
Name of the speakers. Can you spell the name of the speakers?
Speakers from first speaker was Shomu. Second speaker was
Nagarajan.
Nagarajan sir. Speaker number.
Yeah, Toastmaster Nagarajan, DTM Nagarajan sir took 1 minute 35 seconds, and he qualified for the voting. And distinguished Toastmaster Baji Rizwan didn't complete in 1 minute, less than a minute. So as per rule, yeah. And all others, they gave the speech in the physical. So Toastmaster Rakesh, yeah.
Can you hear the name, please, of the voters?
Baji. Thank you.
Can you share the screen?
Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srivatsan. It was a wonderful table topic session. Next, we will go for a tea break.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Anybody want to join our tea coffee section?
Virtual tea coffee.
Yeah, DTM Srivalsanji, could you repeat the name, so I will create the polls for the virtual meeting.
Yeah. Okay, it is actually Shomu. Then Nagarajan. Then it is
Nagarajan.
Yeah, Nagarajan. Baji this one.
No, I'm out. Ramesh. Total Toastmaster Ramesh.
Ramesh. Prami. What is Pramila? Pramila, and then
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. 6 of them.
Of course, without you debaters, this would not have been possible.
Thank you all for the beautiful, nice, interesting debate we had today. Enjoyed it. And all the best for your future next round division. All the best.
Yes, the division contest is going to be on 12th November. So winners, please.
I request everyone to please give your votes to the best speaker. We know all are good speakers. Please find one best among the best. Thank you.
Michelle was a member of the team. Now she is associated with a few clubs. One of them, myself and TMC were also associated. So it's nice to have the relationship. Think about, and I must say hats off to Madam Toastmaster Preethi as well. Because teachers, the book that the schools are back then really has business picked up for you now?
Next question yours.
In-person streaming. I know. I can make on that. But and the kids are enjoying that show. Students are so back to have their friends back and all that. Very
Yours was off, right?
participated.
Yes, let's continue. Next, we have an interesting educational session on debate. Our president, Toastmaster Rajesh, will be conducting this.
Thank you so much. Can you hear without the mic? Can you hear?
Online.
No, they can. They cannot hear. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Slide it. You know, where is it?
It's good. Without the mic is good.
we can.
Okay, even I'm comfortable without it. So I just have to press the enter for the next one, right?
Because actually you need to share the screen also.
Yeah. So how do we?
Yeah. So now it is done. So now I put the slideshow.
Okay. But then only after I press the enter, it will be correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's working, right? Yeah, it's working there.
So only after I press the enter.
Yeah, only
down arrow.
Down arrow.
Okay. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Am I visible, audible, and any other dibble?
You are everything.
You're through? Am I clear?
You're
all right. Thank you so much.
Clear.
Welcome to the debate workshop with the aim of educating myself first and training rest of the people here on how to conduct an effective debate contest and how to be effective debate speakers. Let's start. So let's debate. First, I would want to talk about the difference between argument and debate. The argument, what I'm trying to talk here is not the regular activity between husband and wife. That is something even much bigger than the argument. So I'm not talking that. Believe me, I'm also a married person for the last 22 years. So I'm talking about my experience as well. So this is not about an argument that way. This argument, what I mean is the so-called debate which we see on the televisions on a regular basis. So let's go to the basic differences. By the way, time was 16, 18, 20. All right. When it comes to an argument, there are no ground rules. Anyone is free to do whatever. When it comes to debates, of course, there are ground rules which exist. Everyone will have to be within the premises, within the prescribed ground rules. Not limited to motion. When there is a theme, when there is a subject, when it comes to an argument or the so-called television debate, which we generally consider as a model for debate, there is no motion. Anyone can say anytime. We have a teacher here. Let's say you must have come across that there is an essay contest where students were asked to write about coconut tree, and someone said, on coconut trees we ties the cows, cow gives us milk, and from milk we get butter, curd, etc. So that can happen in an argument, it can go anywhere. But when it comes to more debate, it is always a motion centric. All the discussions are confined to the motion which is given at the start of the debate. Next one, there is no time frame in an argument or in the so-called debate. Got me? There is no time frame. The anchor, the so-called the one who controls the meeting, he gives the mic to someone and he doesn't stop. By the time he continues, someone else will say, and everyone would say, there is just a noise with no proper outcome. Whereas in a debate, there is one has to speak within the time frame allotted to the speaker, one has to speak. So there is discipline. There is no one to control, because it's the moment the mic is given to someone else or the chance is given to some speaker, it is gone out of control. So there is no one to control when it comes to the so-called debate. But here there is someone who controls and who is called as the moderator, debate moderator. And anyone can talk anytime. A crowd, 5 people in a discussion, 5 would talk at the same time. But when it comes to debate, only one can talk at one point in time. Now it's time for us to move to the next one. What are the key elements of a debate? Debate has a motion. It is not as a motion. We call it subject, we call it theme, whatever it is confined about emotion. And both teams would talk based on that. Motion is always an affirmative statement. For example, one example, jogging is good for health. That is an affirmative statement. It ends with a full stop. So always it is an affirmative statement. It won't be a question tag like, is jogging good for health? That is a question tag. But in a debate, it doesn't happen that way. It is always an affirmative statement. Jogging is good for health. People should do regular exercise. Not should people do regular exercise. Debate has 2 teams. One team would speak for the motion. The other team would speak against the motion. So in any debate contest, there are 2 teams for the motion and against the motion. Each team consists of 3 speakers. One is the opening speaker. The second one is a rebuttal speaker. And the third one is a closing speaker. So both teams, team A and team B. Team A has an opening speaker, a rebuttal speaker, and a closing speaker. Team B, equally opening speaker, rebuttal speaker, closing speaker, plus a backup speaker in case of any changes. In case any of the speakers are unable, then can be replaced. So these are the key elements. Emotion. Emotion is always in an affirmative statement. 2 teams are there. I missed one point. Draw of lots would decide the side. So we have a motion. We have to know who is talking for, who is talking against. So it is just a draw of lots, nothing else. That is about the key elements. Now we go to the next one. Role players and speaking order. I just said that, what if I stand here, which is comfortable? This is better? All right. Debate, role players and speaking order. Team A and Team B. You can see we have opening speaker in Team A. We have a rebuttal speaker in Team A, closing speaker. And Team B also has the same thing. What is the secret of speaking order? someone has to mute the mic. Yeah, it's fine. Now the sequence. The sequence is, it starts with team A. Opening speaker of the team A speaks first. Then it goes to the opening speaker of team B. The next is the rebuttal speaker of team B. Then the fourth speaker is the rebuttal speaker of team A. You can't see. Okay, I'll move this side. Yeah. Okay. Then the fifth speaker is the closing speaker of team B. And the last speaker is the closing speaker of team A. Easily we can remember Ababa, AB, BA, BA. If you remember Ababa, you know the order. A opening speaker, B opening speaker, then B rebuttal speaker. I would go to the roles of each. I would I would in the next slide I would go to the roles, what exactly everyone does, but this is the speaking order. AB, BA, BA. Clear? Any questions so far among the audience? All right, let me go to the next one. Now we go to the time, speech timings. Opening speaker will speak for 3 minutes. Rebuttal speaker would speak for 3 minutes. And closing speaker would speak for 2 minutes. About the timing device, about the timing indication to the speakers. For the opening speaker, when it is 2 minutes, green light would be shown. When it is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, amber or yellow would be shown. When it is 3 minutes, red would be shown. After 3 minutes, there is a 30 seconds grace period for the opening speaker. And after 3 minutes and 30 seconds, the timer would start clapping and the audience would join in clapping. Whatever said after 3 minutes and 30 seconds would not be taken into account by the judges. Whatever points raised by the speakers, it would not be taken into account. So that is about the opening speaker. Now for the rebuttal also the same thing. Total of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes green, 2 minutes 30 seconds amber, and 3 minutes red. After 3 minutes 30 seconds, the timer would start clapping and the audience would join. Any point said after would not be taken into account at all. The third speaker, closing speaker, would have 2 minutes. At 1 minute, green would be shown. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, amber would be shown. And at 2 minutes, red would be shown. And 2 minutes, 30 seconds, clapping would start. Audience would join. Any point said after will not be taken into account by the judges. So 3, 3, and 2, and 30 seconds grace. Clear so far or any questions from here or from the audience? All right. Now, the role of each speaker. It starts with opening speaker. Someone has to open. The major role of the opening speaker is like, let's say, construct concretely. For example, you are given a topic, jogging is good for health. And if you are the opening speaker, you need to construct your case concretely so that you put your case. And then the judges would know what you are talking about. First, greet the audience and state your team's position. It is inevitable that you state your team's position. For example, if you are the opening speaker, you will say, I so-and-so strongly stand for the motion. If you are for the motion, because it starts with the for the motion speaker. Stand for the motion and repeat the motion. That is how you start if you are an opening speaker. Identify main elements to build your case. For that particular example, what are the benefits of jogging? Identify that. Research, refine, and present. You go through the research, you present, you refine it again to ensure that you are coming up with the actual data, and then you present the case. Research, refine, and present after building, going through the elements, so that you are presenting your case in a concrete manner. Support with data and relevant statistics. There is an emphasis on relevant statistics. For example, you are talking, I have seen in many contests, like someone says, as per the data studies shown in the 1960 report, it is said so and so, so and so. that gives an opportunity for the rebuttal speaker to say that you are talking about 1960s and we are in 2021. So you have an outdated statement. So that doesn't stand. So support with relevant data. Restrict up to 5 main points. You have 30 seconds, 3 minutes. So most probably up to a maximum of 5 points. And again, try to use strong words which would confuse the rebuttal speaker of the opening team. You can take guidance from Toastmaster Somu to construct how such a word. So, like Shashi Tharoorian words, you confuse the rebuttal speaker. He should not get what the opening speaker is talking about. And then there is a tendency, what I have noticed, that when the rebuttal speaker is a strong speaker, sorry, I cannot. When a rebuttal speaker is a strong speaker, sometimes there is a fear factor in the opening speaker thinking that his or her points would be rebutted. But remember, an opening speaker can score up to 100 points if it is constructed concretely. And equally remember, the rebuttal speaker cannot take away a single mark of yours. A rebuttal speaker can score for his team or her team, but they cannot take away a single mark of yours. So be bold and go for the kill with the status, with the data, and then you can go up to 100 marks as per the judging sheet, which I will come back later. Re-emphasize your team's position. Pay special attention at the first and last. State your team's position and then re-emphasize your team's position. There are marks related to that. That would be coming at the end of the session. So these are the main things which an opening speaker has to look at. Construct concretely. Now we go to the next one, rebuttal speaker. Is it clear? Opening speaker? Here. Now we go to the rebuttal speaker. The role of the rebuttal speaker is to rebut the points made by opponent opener, by the against team's opener. His job is to do that. For example, the rebuttal speaker of team B would rebut the opening speaker of team A, and the rebuttal speaker of team A would rebut the opening speaker of team B, vice versa. So the role of the rebuttal speaker, it starts with address opponents and the audience. Thirdly, treat your opponents with respect. The headline says demolish politely. You should demolish politely, but you have to give respect. You cannot say that you are a stupid. Don't say that, but you put it in a different manner. Like you can address them as my respected opponent, my honorable opponent, my valuable opponent. But that is just at the start, and then you hit. That is how you demolish politely, but pick 2 to 3 points to counter. For example, if an opening speaker has said, note the points, and then pick 1 or 2 statements, 2 to 3 points, and you say that my worthy opponent has said that so and so, so and so. I would like to rebut that statement. I would say that is not logic, because then you say your case. Got it? Pick up a point, 2 to 3 points total, refer that. After referring, you state your point, that why do you disagree? Not just a statement that I don't agree with anything. No, then the judges will not know why don't you agree. You have to state why you don't agree with logic, with conviction, and add humor and sarcasm. Sarcasm is the key. Kill them, but politely kill them. Add sarcasm and humor to counter your opponents and refer your opponent's points. Again, you cannot just make new points at all. As said, the only speaker who are supposed to make new points are the opening speakers. Opening speakers. No one else can make new points. You can support when you are defending your case. You can add the reasons, but not new points. Same way the opening speaker does. Do not introduce any new points, and again re-emphasize your team's position. Here also you have to re-emphasize your team's position. That end by when you see the red after 3 minutes, or whenever you feel you are stopping it, you can say, I strongly stand for the motion or stand against the motion, so and so, so and so. What is the time, Toastmaster Rakesh? How many minutes? 14. Okay. We still have 6 minutes to go. Can I go to the next one? Clear? From the audience, can we move? All right.
Good, good.
Now the closing part, the third speaker, the third and the final. Wrap up effectively. Wrap up effectively. State your team's position. Like any other speaker, you state, be the closing speaker, you can say that I strongly stand for the motion or I strongly stand against the motion. State your team's position, which is very important. From the last slide, you would get the reason why it is very important. Mention main points of your opening speaker. A closing speaker's job is relatively easier because he or she has to take a few points from the opening speaker of his team. Then at least 60% of total 2 minutes, he can say, my opening speaker has categorically mentioned why we stand for the motion or why we stand against the motion. He has mentioned point number 1, 2, 3 by having a watch at the time. Then include your team's rebuttal points. You can say that my rebuttal speaker has demolished the opponent's points by saying that 1, 2, 3 points. So you take some 60% from your opening speaker's remarks and a few from your own team members' rebuttal speakers, and then build the case. And equally importantly, do not introduce any new points. When a rebuttal speaker or a closing speaker are introducing new points, they will get less marks. Judges would focus on that. Judges would concentrate. So no new points, I repeat, have to be added by a rebuttal speaker or a closing speaker. That is only the right of opening speaker. Finally, end with asking the house to accept or reject the motion. If you are for the team, if you are speaking for the motion, you say, with this, I request the house to accept the motion. If you are against, you can say, by making these statements very clear, as mentioned by our opening speaker and equally rebutted by our rebuttal speaker, say that we strongly stand for the motion. Or if it is against, say that we request the house to reject the motion. This is what a closing speaker has to do. So opening speaker, construct concretely, rebuttal speaker, demolish politely, and the closing speaker, wrap it up effectively. These are the roles as far as it is concerned. Now we have a judging sheet. Please pay special attention to the judging sheet. In this is based on where judges would score they would give marks for your presentation. You can see 1, 2, 3 team A, 1, 2, 3 team B. Content is the key. Content carries, there is a total of 100 marks can be scored for any speaker. Content is the key. 70%, 70 marks out of 100 would go for the content. And depending on the performance, you can score up to 100 for each speaker. So when I say content is 70, delivery is 30. To go a little bit into deep, debate content, structure, organization, and supporting material. All the speakers have to do with that, with a clear structure and how do you organize and the supporting material when you build your case, when you present your skills, and when the judges see that it is done, you can go up to 30 marks for the debate content on the top. And value to audience, that is very important. You have to engage the audience. You have to video audience get glued to it and you get the response from the audience. So that when the audience responds positively, when you can see them laughing or clapping, whatever, that creates more value for the judges in giving the marks. So value to the audience, it carries 20 marks. 30 for the debate content, structure, organization, and supporting material, and value to the audience, 20. So that means 30 plus 20, 50. Finally, effectiveness, team coordination, opening remarks, rebuttal, and conclusion. Team coordination. This is what I said. All the speakers start with for the motion, support, saying that I strongly support, or rather. So all the speakers, opener, rebuttal, and closing speaker, when they all say in a rhythm, that at the beginning and at the end, when they start and then they re-emphasize. So that is showing team coordination. And opening remarks, again the same thing, standing for the motion or standing against the motion, plus rebuttal speaker and conclusion speaker. So effectiveness would be 20%. So 30 plus 20 plus 20, 70% for the content. Out of 100, 70 goes for the content. And the remaining 30 is for the delivery. That is again to do with voice, flexibility, and volume. For example, when you say that, instead of saying, I strongly stand for the motion, so and so, you can say, I strongly stand for the motion, and you repeat the motion. Or I strongly stand against the motion, bang the desk, let it break, no issues. Okay, so you show your power, and then you show your enthusiasm, your effectiveness, so that people would know that you are really connected to it, rather than just having a mouthpiece. So flexibility and the volume. When you're making, you have to use your voice modulation to the core. When you need to be silent, okay, you just come down with that. And when you have to raise your voice, just pitch it up so that the voice flexibility is there. That carries 10. And manner, directness and enthusiasm. You have to show that you are really connected to it, rather than just for the sake of participating in that contest and to get a prize or whatever. You have to show that you are really into it. That is what at the first place, regardless, even if, for example, if you are an opening speaker, you construct so much that you get into the subject so much so that audience should know that you are really connected. So your manner, your directness and enthusiasm, it carries 10 marks. And finally, correctness, grammar, pronunciation, word selection. Work on your grammar, work on your word selection, work on your pronunciation, so that they will know by all means you are prepared for the contest. Again, content is the king. 70 marks go for the content, and delivery 30. This is all about how to go for a debate. And finally, most important thing, teamwork makes the dream work. No single player, no single role player can win the contest. It has to be a coordinated work. There has to be the team spirit. Everyone has to be equally connected to the subject. Everyone should have equal involvement in it, so that the team really performs well, and then teamwork makes the dream work. I hope it has added some value to you. That's all for the time. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh. We understand that debate requires adroit. Debate is an adroit experience. Yes. Next, I invite the general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Baji Rizwan. To conduct the evaluation session.
I don't think Baji has.
We cancel the
Hello? Hello?
SDTM Baji, sir. Can hear you.
I'm audible?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Let me get up from here. I like to stand up and do the evaluation. I'll do it very quickly because we are running out of time. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, and all the guests. My observation as a general evaluator, evaluate the progress of the meeting and how we fared. Is there any improvement, area of improvement?
TTM Baji, sir, sorry. TTM Baji, sir, you have to call the evaluator first, no? Evaluation of a speech.
Oh,
is
sorry,
not...
sorry. Wow, we have one evaluator, right?
Yes, only one evaluation.
1 second was there. It is told. Hold on. Huh?
Toastmaster Biju, right?
Yeah. Let me get the agenda. I would like to call Toastmaster Biju to evaluate our only speaker, Toastmaster Parvez Patel. Toastmaster Biju, can you come over here?
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Baji. Can I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Parvez today gave a speech from level 1 visionary communication, and what a vision it was for all of us, I should say. He was supposed to do a research project on a topic of his choice, and he has come up with a topic which is, I think, familiar to all of us, which is OTT. He went on to explain what OTT is, why OTT, and the most important thing for all of us, how to make money from OTT. So I think it was a well done, well researched project where he highlighted even what is the definition of OTT, which means over the top, that is the video, the difference between OTT and normal streaming, how streaming through the internet is what makes the difference between normal streaming and OTT. So he has given us quite a good feedback on what OTT is, and I'm sure all of us would have gained quite a bit of knowledge from that. What is the difference? Who are the he mentioned some of the OTT players who are quite common in the field today, like Netflix and all. And then how mainstream media is like OTT has made its place in in the mainstream media. So that was well put out by Toastmaster Parvez. Then he used the word of the day also in his speech, which I thought was well done. So overall, it was a wonderful speech, a well delivered speech, with clearly explaining what is OTT. Then he brought about some research also, where he said that after the onset of the pandemic, close to about 30% of there has been a 30% increase in adoption of OTT, and by 2025, 25% or more, which is close to 500 million people will be adopting or switching over to OTT, where we could see the big budget films. So that was well put out there for all of us. Now the improvement points I thought would be, he has taken only 5 minutes 55 seconds. I think that is a little drawback. He should have completed his time duration of 5 to 7 minutes. He could have put out more research on how it has affected us or protected us or kept us safe by keeping us in our homes during the pandemic. Since we don't have to physically visit theaters. So he could have brought about more statistics. The research could have been more slick and more better, I thought. And I thought he lacked, normally we have seen Toastmaster Parvez speak, so a bit of energy was lacking in his speech. I thought if he could bring about improvements in these points and overall do a bit more of research and give out more figures on OTT, it would have been better. But overall, a great presentation, I thought, and I wish him all the best for his future speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster Baji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Biju. Good evaluation. I request back to give podium to the TMOD of the evening, to Toastmaster Preethi. Please, back to you.
Toastmaster Baji, you can continue.
No, back to you. You have to call. You want me to call the accountants? Okay. Can I have the timer's report, please? Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes.
Audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay. Can we have the timers report, please? Where are we and how we are faring it?
Hello. Yes. Evaluator Toastmaster Riju took 2 minutes 20 seconds. That's all. Thank you.
And overall, we are where we are standing in the timing.
Okay. So as far as word master report is concerned, actually Toastmaster Parvez used adroit word twice, and Toastmaster DTM Silverson used once. Toastmaster Preethi used twice. Toastmaster Soumya used once, and Toastmaster Ramesh used once.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh. I would like to invite our grammarian counter Toastmaster Amar Ganesh. Please, can you come over here?
Yeah, just a second. Toastmaster Amar. Yeah.
Toastmaster Amar Ganesh.
Toastmaster Amar Ganesh, over to you.
Can you
Good
unmute
evening.
yourself?
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Amar.
I'll be sharing the R counter and the grammarian report today. In terms of the number of speeches, since we had only one speech, I was not able to find a lot of filler words with the speaker, our speaker of the day, Toastmaster Parvez. However, in terms of a few good grammatical uses, I found a few from our DTM Srivalsan during the table topic session. So one phrase which caught my attention was, "You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar." So that was something which I heard for the first time, and I thought we could use this in our speeches. One other commonly used phrase is actions speak louder than words. So that was another good phrase that I was able to capture. In terms of the rest of the session, would be having a few other filler words during the debate session. However, would not be able to capture that since we had only one speaker. I would hand it over back to you, Toastmaster Baji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amar, for doing a wonderful job of grammarian and counter. I'm audible now? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Please give a round of applause to Toastmaster Preethi for conducting a wonderful session. Toastmaster Preethi, yes, okay. Let me start with my observation. At 6:55 when I logged in, we are already 3 members. This was Toastmaster Kanti, Toastmaster Reja, and myself. And by 7:07, we already had 8 members. Due to the technical glitch we had, we were delayed by approximately 40 minutes. And however, I would appreciate Toastmaster Kanti, who had kept us busy throughout this 40 minutes, and he had a good interaction session. Toastmaster Shomulot, who started the meeting as Sergeant Rams, he gave a very good quote from the Africa, and it was handed over to the President message, a good message from President regarding little things. He had a very good message. Pay attention to the little things with his own self-experience of 48 hours before. Then we had Toastmaster Priya doing an excellent presentation on her secretarial report. Very precise, and she had not missed any of the activities throughout the last meeting we had. Coming to the TMOD, Toastmaster Preethi, your theme for the evening, grass is not green always, or green on the other side. It was a very good message, and you have conveyed your message in the theme itself. The people should not misunderstood about the other side of the world. Coming to the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Parvez Patel, excellent speech, and you are very well evaluated by your evaluator, Toastmaster Biju. Coming to the table topics, DTM Srivalsan, a very wonderful session. And very wonderful topic as already highlighted by our Toastmaster Amar Ganesh. And coming to the present, I'm very running short because we're running behind time. Coming to the presentation of how to conduct the debate education session, very well presented by a champion speaker, DTM Rajesh, who very well explained how to do a debate, how to participate in the debate, and how to win a debate, because he is the winner of the debate from our club. So please give a round of applause to our president. And coming to the session observations, what I observed throughout the meeting is we started the meeting 40 minutes late. We were having a technical glitch. I request, and even previously most of the evaluators, general evaluators highlighted, if we having a technical glitch, we should come quite before the meeting start and set up our system so that there is no delay, because in Toastmasters timing is very important. And to control and manage the time, because what I had attended one session, how to run the Toastmasters meeting, it was done by DTM Balaji Nagabhushan at Emirates Auditorium. He said during the course of the meeting, the chairperson of the meeting is not the president, is the TMOD and the VP Education. They are actually the chairperson of the meeting. If we are running short of time, my suggestion to control the time management, round robin session could have curtailed, and even we could have curtailed the table topic speaker to maximum number of 4, so that there is proper voting. Otherwise, it was a wonderful meeting, and all the best for the TMOD and to the president and all the EXCO member to have this wonderful meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Please round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Banji sir. It was a detailed explanation of the whole show. Now, let's conclude our theme. We are too focused on looking for something else while forgetting the things that we already have. I have to admit that sometimes I don't focus on my own grass. Sometimes I would sit in my own misery and ignore the people that keep reminding me of everything I'm supposed to be grateful for. The whole point is to focus on the grass you are standing on. Perhaps focusing on our small things, as Toastmaster Rajesh rightly said in the beginning. We never know the full story of how their grass turned out so green. They must have worked so hard why their grass turned out greener. It is not an overnight fortune. They have worked hard and have waited long for an extraordinary life. You never know the full story, and the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Let's learn to live in the present moment. Life can never be perfect on the other side. Just be thankful for what you are. Have a great day. Thank you. Over to the president.
Thank you, TMOD, for your wonderful session. This is your first session, but we have to connect to cricket. We know many cricket players who make century on debut matches. Someone smashes double, someone triple also. So I would leave it to you to decide which category, but you are definitely a centurion today on debut. That was really nice. That was really nice. And we all believe that learning is a never-ending process. And to continue learning, what is more important is learn to unlearn. One thing, due to your session, I have unlearned one thing, because I have always believed and I have always heard that grass is always greener on the other side. But you have proved that grass is not always green on the other side. So you are a teacher, you educated us today, and definitely you are a century maker today. Thank you so much for your session today. Now it is Time for us to hear from one or two guests since we are running out of time. And let me hand over the mic to Madam Pramila to hear from her how does she rate today's meeting and what is the difference she has felt by attending the last online meeting and today's in-person meeting and what she has decided as far as the journey with Toastmasters is concerned.
Good evening.
If you call her on the camera, is better. President. You call her on the camera is better, so we can see her.
Hello Toastmasters in person is definitely more rewarding than seeing them on Zoom, and I felt better today interacting with each one of them. And today's meeting definitely I would say about the time. It didn't start on time, so we have to focus on that aspect. Otherwise, I think it was a completely fun-loving, educative, and very informative session, and definitely I liked it very much. And of course, my journey has already started.
Congratulations on your debut journey of Toastmasters. Now let us hear from one more person, Miss Aya. Are you there, Miss Aya, or she has logged out?
Yeah, she left, President.
Yeah. All right.
President, one more thing. President, one more thing I would like to confirm because for mock debate, our debaters they did practice also. So shall we did in our next meeting that the same topic, the preparation of the mock debaters to conduct this mock debate. Yeah, please.
I would say we can go for the debate contest rather than going for a mock debate because we don't have much time. We need to have a debate contest by next week so that we get ample time to prepare for the contest for the division debate contest. And I believe like every member can take help from the experienced members so that they all know how to go for a debate contest. Having said that, now due to very limited time, already we are running out of time. It's now time for us to announce the winner. And today we don't have the ballot for all the categories because we have only one speaker and one evaluator. But then there is a contest has happened for the best table topic speaker. And today, let me announce that we don't have one winner, we have two winners. And Toastmaster Anil Agarwal and Madam Pramila Vaz. Please come. Please come.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
President, one quick one. The debate will be on live or it will be online?
It would be online. It would be online.
Debate will be on.
Because again, we'll have constraints when some participants are online, some are in person. So we would conduct online so that everyone is having the same connectivity and access. So yeah, division is also online as far as we have heard. Moreover, please take a note of the date, 10th November, which is our next meeting, meeting number 558. We will have debate contest. So I request all the members to form teams. Let us have as many teams as possible to form teams and inform our VP Education trio, Toastmaster Kanti, Toastmaster Amar, and Toastmaster Rakesh. So please form teams and give your names so that we'll have a real competition before we go for the division contest. Obviously, the tougher, as Toastmaster Somo said, when the tough gets going, when the going gets tough, tough gets going. So initially, even if it is getting tough, but then the tough gets going and hopefully we can keep our winner's name in Division K contest. With this, having announced that the next meeting would be a club debate contest, I wouldn't take more time. And with this, let me declare meeting number 557 as closed. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone.
Can I say something, Toastmaster Rajesh?
Yes.
I would like to tell the mock debate participants, particularly the new Toastmasters, Toastmaster Rija, that it's a maybe quite disappointing to you because you must have done a lot of hard work. I am sure you must have prepared your opening speeches, but it turns out we are just unlucky. We don't have enough time to conduct the mock debate. So anyway, thanks a lot for your efforts, and I'm sure we'll find time sometime soon to listen or hear from you. So thank you so much to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm sure Toastmaster Vijay will be in our club debate contest. And I request President to announce for the topics for the club debate also, so they will start preparing.
Let us see. It is like, let us first form the teams. See, form the teams first, and then let them give the names of the teams. And based on the teams, number of teams, we would announce at least a week in advance. That should be sufficient. So let us plan a deadline for submission of teams names. Let's say by next Wednesday, please. Please form your teams and give the team names, whatever. Let you form a team of 3 so that we will have more teams and tougher contests. Thank you and good night.